Hi guys, Tucker here with a new video, and this video will be a class tuning video. So we have final changes, I think. We might see maybe some PvP tuning on Monday, hopefully, and we will cover them if they are going to do that. This is PvE and yeah, also some PvP changes. It will be noticeable at least, but it will be also like offsetting the crit changes. So I don't know if it's going to be massive, but it would be nice if it was a bit massive, especially for the classes that are actually in need of changes. So we have Demon Hunter Havoc, which gets a 8% buff on I think Demon Blades. Nobody like the one that is the passive. Wherever you're going to do auto attacks, you get like sometimes a Demon Blade or a Demon's Bite, and that is going to add up. 8%, it's like not that much. It's also like quite a not a lot of damage on your meters, especially in PvP. And your Fury regeneration is mostly from your active abilities, like for example Immolation, Aura, and Fell Blades, for example, and Fell Rush. Sometimes depending on the builds. So that will be not really noticeable. Fell Blade having 8% damage is quite nice, I guess, but it is not the reason why you take Fell Blade. This is not for the damage. Chaos Strike and Annihilation damage being increased by 8% is going to be quite nice because you do spam it whenever you can, if you have enough Fury for that. Serrated Glaive talent debuff duration is increased to 15 seconds. It was 10 seconds and now retained up to 30% additional duration when refreshed. So you can basically refresh it and have pretty much a bigger uptime. So you will win like 5 seconds, like less than 5 seconds. I would say 4 seconds, something like that. Around to your debuff duration. So it could be 19 seconds if you are like refreshing 2 times. But mostly you're going to refresh it every time you get like a chance to apply debuff. Fix an issue that prevented Chaos Theory's talent bonus to crit chance from affecting offhand hits of Chaos Strike and Annihilation. That's a nice bug, debug, so it's very good to have that. I didn't know that there was a bug, but I think Demon Hunter mains might already have noticed it because of that. We have Feral Druid, all ability damage increased by 5%. I made a video about a Feral Druid yesterday, and I really do think it's a great class spec to play PvP. And that 5% buff is going to be noticeable. 5%, you need to understand that every single ability like Rip, Rake, Ferocious Bite, Feral Frenzy, anything you're going to do is going to do 5% more damage. So it will be reflecting quite like a lot on the details. It might not be 5% increased damage on your total damage like done on a BG or arena or 1v1 or whatever, but it's going to reflect around 3%, something like that, which is still quite something. It's still more than some classes have. And Feral Druids are not that affected by crit because you have innate crit chance on a Feral Druid. You're actually building for haste and mastery for, like, I think haste will be the option to go for, but I think it depends if you're going for big bites like mastery one, or if you prefer to have like faster cyclones, faster dots that are ticking and such for haste. It will always depend on simming. I don't know if in PvP you can really sim that, but personally I will be playing haste because I do like haste and I want to make it work. A Restoration Druid got a nerf on their 2 sets. They now increase life, blood, and rejuvenation healing by 10%, was 12%. And remember, in PvP, it is nerfed by 50%, so it will be 5%. So it's a substantial nerf, I guess, for 1% in PvP, more, but in PvE it will be a bit more. But it is a good 2 set, by the way, because you have rejuvenation and life bloom all the time, and it will be noticeable just by getting the 2 set. Evoker 4 sets now grants Essence Rush after 4 empowerment spell casts, was 3, so that's a nerf. And I don't know in PvP how it works, if it's like nerfed by 50%. Will it be 8 or will it just be 4? So that I will not know until I test it or until I read it about the 4 sets in PvP. Some 4 sets are a bit difficult to actually know if they are like nerfed by 50% or not, because sometimes it is not like a damaging increase or a healing increase, right? So it's a bit iffy, but it is for sure a nerf in PvE and also in PvP, I guess, because it's one more. Force bonus now reduces the cooldown of wildfire bomb by 1 second per 30 focus spent. That is a nerf, was 25 focus. And kill command increases the damage of your wildfire bomb by 40%, and it was 75%. And that would normally be a minus 50% nerf in PvP, so it will be 20%. So it is quite noticeable, the nerf that you will get. And I don't know about the focus spent, if that is affected by in PvP or the 1 second. For every single spec and every single class, we're going to go over whenever we are going to do a guide or a discussion video about it. But right now, off the cup, I didn't really test like Survival Hunter, so I do not know if it is affected by 50% nerf on the durations or about the focus spent. But I do know that I think the Wildfire Bomb is nerfed by 20% because of that. Power Mage gets a 6% nerf on Ignite. I don't know if an Ignite build is really relevant in PvP. I think there is like some PvP talents that can help you with that. But we will have to see if it's going to be any good in current landscape. Then we have Monk getting a big buff on the Rising Sun Kick and Blackout Kick. I'm not going to talk about Tiger Palm Kick, but because I think 15% on Tiger Palm is not going to be very noticeable. The Rising Sun Kick damage increase by 15% is quite noticeable, and I think I will make a video about the damage increases and how relevant it is with the crit nerf. And you will see that I think the baseline damage being increased is actually very much better than the crit change. So we're going to discuss about it in the future. Blackout Kick also getting a good buff. Again, Blackout Kick, they really want you to press that to do damage, so we will have to see if it's going to help with you doing damage. Now Holy Paladin, that's a laughable change in my opinion. The 2 set is quite nice, having increased the critical healing of Holy Shock by 60%. I think that's quite nice. Light Hammer is not something you're going to pick, and Holy Prism is actually not that good. I think it does break CC, if I'm not mistaken, because it shines on the healing target, so you might just break CC because of it. The overall 4 set, I think the 4 set also has Holy Prism. It's not that good. I think the 2 set is quite nice. If the 4 set is still with Holy Prism or Light's Hammer, both of them I think are on the tooltip. I would not go for 4 set, I think, for Holy Paladin. Then you have protection nerfs because they were too good in PvE from what I understand. Stamina bonus reduced to 30%, so it was 35%, and the armor bonus is reduced to 10% instead of 15%. Righteous Protector's cooldown reduction is now 2 seconds instead of 3, and Sentinel's health increase per stack is now 1% instead of 2. So it's an overall stamina nerf, and especially also the Righteous Protector's cooldown also nerfed by 1 second, which is quite a lot, to be honest. It's like 33% nerf on the whole tooltip. We have some changes for PvE. I'm going to go over because it's a small patch, to be honest, or it's small update note, I would say. We have assassination rogues being buffed in PvE. I think it's long due. From my understanding in PvE, they are not that good. So all ability damage increased by 5%, and you have also increases on specific abilities like Mutilate, Envenom 5%, and Shiv 20%, and King's Bane 12%. I do think King's Bane is used in PvE. We have outlaw buffs, which is quite nice. Dispatch damage is increased by 5%. Between the eyes, damage is increased by 20%, and you have a build where you can do quadruple the crit damage with between the eyes. So 20% will be noticeable if you do crit on between the eyes, if you are taking that path on the talent tree. It is really a weird path to take though, and you do lose a few interesting talents if you're going for that path. So I don't know if it's going to be played, but more damage on between the eyes, why not? It is a CD based ability. You do reduce your CDs, so we will have to see if it does like anything for you. But there's also a buff to Summerly Dispatch. Now increases dispatch damage by 6% per stack to a maximum of 30%, and it was 5% per stack, maximum to 25%. I feel like that's more of a PvE buff, to be honest, and they are actually quite good in PvE, and that's the issue. They're going to buff something also for PvE and not only for PvP. And in PvP, I don't think you're even playing with that. You play actually the ambush build with the right side with the pistol shot build. From my understanding, from what I've seen, from what I've played, actually, dispatch builds were never going for competitive play, at least for like solo shuffles and threes. In twos, maybe. Again, it depends. But yeah, I think those two buffs are maybe relevant in PvP. I don't think this is relevant for PvP, except if they are going to change the position of that talent into another row. For example, if it's a bit higher on the tree, it might be taken, but right now it is really down in the middle, and if you're going in the middle, you have to either lose ambush or the ambush build, or you're going to lose the pistol shot build, which is actually the damaging ability that you're going to use to burst someone down. So I don't know if it's going to be anything or any like change between that, but there's a lot of outlaw changes though on the previous patch. So once the patch is complete, I'm going to go over the specs, and you have to look forward to going into 10.1 with the changes and a prediction on the meta. I would also make a video about that. Again, multiple videos ready for that discussion, and again, I have to have all the information before I can actually make those videos, but the idea is there. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and also click on the notification bell so you can actually not miss those videos. Again, PvP content. So if you love PvP content, I'm here for you guys. While the buff will provide the correctly updated bonus, the tooltip for the base talent will be changed in a future update. Subtlety, shadow strike damage increased by 10% and every serrated damage increased by 6%. I think that's good. That's actually cool and good. But the problem is with subtlety, they do really need to change the whole philosophy of subtlety. I think it would be nice to have a subtlety spec where you could be in their faces and try to be like a subtlety rogue, but not like only a 30-second go machine, like more of a consistent damage ability, like spec that you can do some good damage on the on details, for example, just on the meters. And right now subtlety is quite sad on the meters. You have only a few short windows where you can kill people, and I don't think 10% buff on the builder and 6% on the spender is going to do anything, especially eviscerate. I think it needs something, especially with the crit changes. It does affect subtlety very much. If it doesn't crit, it doesn't do too much damage. Shaman, we made a video about elemental shaman, about the 2 set and the 4 set, which 4 set I think is not the best for PvP, but the 2 set was quite interesting. It's a Stormkeeper every 50 seconds. Now, I don't know if in PvP it's a 1 minute CD, since it is half by 50%, so who knows. But no. But now it is really half by 50%. It is now 1 stack of Stormkeeper, and every 50 seconds. I don't know if it's really worth it. I think it depends on the stats allocation. If the stats allocation are good, you will take the 2 set. If it's not good, maybe you can skip it. But 1 stack of Stormkeeper can do the difference to make actually kill people and such. But it depends on the duration of the CD. If it's like a 1 minute CD or 100-second CD or a 50-second CD, I don't know. Hopefully we do know very soon with testings, probably with a weak aura. Restoration Shaman got a buff on Tidewaters bonus 2 set, so that's actually very nice. Hopefully they do get some good healing. I would like to see healers to be godlike in PvP. I think the problem is twos. If it's too godlike in twos, you will only see healer with a DPS, but that's why there's dampening. You can always switch dampening a bit to actually accord to that. I think in threes and soul shuffle, it should be a powerful spec. It should be like the alpha spec of the comp, in my opinion, if you do want to increase the solo shuffle representation, but also in threes. We have demonology warlock. We have some nerfs going in. So Reign of Tyranny now increases the damage of demonic tyrant by 40%, and I think it is also modified in PvP if I'm not mistaken, but it is a 10% nerf in PvE, I think also in PvP. Immutable high hatred is only going to be changed in PvE. Instead of 120%, it will be 100% increased damage on Legion Strike. Warrior, we have arms not changed in PvP but good in PvE. All ability damage increased by 4% and auto attack damage increased by 12%. I think it's going to be quite noticeable in PvE if you're doing Mythic Plus or raids. Fury, we got a PvP and PvE nerf, and I think Fury Warrior might look a bit more bright in 10.1, and I'm actually excited to play it, especially with the 4 set. I think force set taking 1 week to get it, or not 1 week but 1 month like minimum, or sometimes even longer, will be a bit like annoying for a few specs. But I think Fury has some limelights to await. So our ability damage increased by 4%, very nice, and auto attack damage increased by 4%, also very nice, because it is noticeable. It is on details like probably top 6 or top 4 of your damaging abilities, damaging like rotation things. So it's going to be quite noticeable to have 4% increased damage. So those are the changes. No real big changes. It's purely about like numbers and tuning. Hopefully we do get Monday some PvP tuning, and hopefully they are going to buff healers to a certain point where people are going to be very eager to try and play healer. I would like to also see some changes to a few specs, but the problem is we are not going to see reworks, so DKs, Frost DK and Unholy DK, you're going to probably stay however you are. And Hasman Shaman, they're going to be pretty good. But I will make a prediction video tier list wise. So again, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you don't miss it. And for the rest, yeah, please like the video for the algorithm, helps me a ton, more than you would know. Also comment below what you think about the extra class tuning that they got for Embers of Netharian. Are you happy? Are you not happy? Are you looking forward to a specific buff set or a nerf set on different specs? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and we will catch you up very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.